Today is Monday, December 6th, and it's 3:09 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the daily chart for the Australian dollar, US dollar spot pair, which is currently trading at 0.7041. I've traded this pair frequently over the past month. So this has been a strong downtrend with a strong dollar. And in the previous trades that I've conducted, I've identified local support and resistance as 0.746 and 0.727. Now, where price is right here, this is a daily chart, so each candlestick represents a day's worth of trading. So if I toggle out to the weekly time frame, these two support levels are validated from my perspective from past history, right? So as price was coming up this way, price was rejected at this point. Very much here, very evident, right? And then when price got above it, price continued running higher, and this area, 0.746, acted as support from December 2020 all the way through to July 2021. When price eventually closed below this price level, it just ranged between these two support and resistance levels. Now, where price is right here, it seems to coincide with the support level that's over here. So if I place this here, this would be about 702. Yeah. So this is a reasonable area, right? So we can see that 702 was acting as resistance over here, support over here. Here could be support. It's going into its second week of support right here. So if I toggle back to the daily time frame, it's possible that if this is support, it's just going to range or consolidate before maybe bouncing off it. And then running a potential retest towards 727. So what I did was I toggled down to a lower time frame. Now I'm at the 30-minute time frame, right? So each candlestick represents 30 minutes of trading. So here is an area of support and resistance as well, right? So as price was coming down, support was right here, and now it's acting as resistance. So it's 0.705 approximately. So what I'll do is I'll place an alarm so that when price comes back up to retest it, I'll be notified. I'll reassess the setup for a potential long entry. So that's what I'll name this. So here's the alarm right here at 0.705. So in the event that price does come back up, it may pierce it again, just like what it did over here, and then come back down. So again, this could be an area of consolidation or multiple retests to break above 0.705. But if that is the case, then I'd like to be ready to take a position towards the upside for a potential, again, retest of whatever that was. What was the next one? 0.727. So yeah, that's it for now. My alarm is set, and here's another area of support right here, 0.71. But that's something, I'll think about later. But in the meantime, I'm just watching and waiting. So I'll pause it for now and pick it up when the alarm is triggered. So I'll be back. So a quick update. It's been a few minutes. So I just jumped into the trade. I didn't even wait for the alarm to get triggered. I jumped in. I'm in. So where this yellow line, this is just my label to indicate where my entry price is at 0.70424. And this blue line measures 18 pips, 0.0018 towards the downside. So I have an 18 pip stop. So this label, this red label, just lets me know where, if price comes down, this is where my stop is going to eventually be. I have an alarm here to just notify me that if price does start reversing on me, if it's triggered, I may move my stop up depending on how strong the downtrend occurs. So again, the yellow and the red are just visual representations as to where my entry price is, and the red is my stop. It's 18 pip stop. This blue line is just my measuring tool, right? So if I move here, this is just 5 pips, right? So if I click on the trade tab, I only picked up one mini lot, 10,000 units. Here's my entry price, 0.7042. And since entering this trade, I'm up $3.30. So if I click on view trades, there's my entry right here at 3:26 p.m. So I kind of jumped the gun for sure. I violated my rules to reassess and wait for the alarm to get triggered. I don't know why I did that. I think I just got impatient. So anyway, because I have an 18 pip stop, I'm looking for a 1 to 3 risk reward. So based on that, I'm looking for a 54 pip move towards the upside for a potential take profit. Again, that's just to be determined, because if it's a strong push towards the upside, then I'll probably let the trade keep running. So if I toggle over to the 4-hour time frame, a 54 pip move from my entry, that would be about right here. Just about right here. So that would be 0.70966. So, and considering that the next local support resistance is way up here, I may let the trade just run out. If it comes up here, consolidates, I'll monitor it as well, and I'll definitely move my stop higher, maybe at break even. So this way, I'll be, I'll guarantee that it's still a winning trade. So that's the status. So I'm in the trade. I'm looking for a 54 pip move right now. So that would be around up here, but I'll continue monitoring the trade as the trade develops. And so far so good. Hopefully this will break this resistance level sometime tonight. So yeah, I'll pick it up in a few days. So I'll be back. Today is December 7th, and this is just a quick update on the Australian dollar US dollar spot pair, which is currently trading at 0.7109. So there was a strong push up. So right here on this candlestick, this was my entry right here at 0.70424. And the breakout occurred last night around 10 o'clock and has been pushing strongly towards the upside. And in my initial review, I had stated that I was considering a 57 or 50 pip move for a take profit, but price is clearly above that right now. And if I click on active trader, the trade is up $67.50, of which $57.80 were as of from last night's session, which started trading at 6 o'clock last night. So yeah, so far so good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my 18 pip stop I actually had to stop here last night when I went to bed, and I just took it off. So I'm gonna keep monitoring this. So I'm gonna move my stop tonight to about slightly like right here. So in case there's a sharp drop, right, then at least I'm guaranteeing myself that this is a profitable trade. And if I toggle over to the 4-hour time frame, so my initial assessment was for take profit right here because this is a support level. Now that price is above it, maybe price will consolidate up here. So then my next target would be 0.716 because here's another level right up here. So if I place this like so, and then stretch it out. So then this could be another resistance area to consider. So maybe price will consolidate here and then continuing on for another leg, potentially retesting 0.716. So that's the status. And of course I'll put alarms to notify me in the event there's a sharp turn towards the downside. And right now, if I'm looking at 0.716 or 715, that would be over 1,000 pips. So that would be approximately $100. Again, I only picked up one mini lot, 10,000 units right here. As I mentioned previously, I don't trade FX too often. This is still an asset class I'm still learning to trade. So I only have maybe about $500–600. So I'll trade US dollar base pairs like Australian dollar, US dollar, USD Canadian, USD yen, you know, something like those. But the exotics are the other major pairs, the pound, the yen, or the euro. I'll set that aside for now because I don't think the $600 is enough to trade more than one mini lot. So I'm comfortable trading with the Australian dollar and Canadian dollars for the time being. So as I build and grow the FX account, I'll start scaling in maybe 2 mini lots next time. But anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself. So here's the status of the trade. I'm fortunate to have captured this prior to the breakout. So I'll pause it for now and pick it up in another, maybe towards the end of the week for just an end of the week recap. So I'll pause it for now and I'll be back. Today is December 12th and it's 9:21 p.m. So it's been 5 days since my last recording and the trade is still active. As of the time of this recording, price is at 0.7166. And according to Active Trader, the trade is up $124.20, of which it's $20.20 since trading started this evening at 6 o'clock. So right here, again, this is the 4-hour time frame. And if I back out a little bit, this is now what appears to be a consolidation period because price has been just ranging sideways pretty much since price reached above this level back on December 8th. So it's been pretty much going sideways. But what I'll do is now I'll definitely move my stop above maybe around here, right below the bottom of this wick. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. The bottom of this wick, which would place it to about 87 pips, right? So just, again, this is just a precaution, just in case there's a huge reversal during the overnight session. It'll close out the trade. At least I'm guaranteeing a profit. So my entry was down here based on this yellow horizontal line. Fortunately, I was able to capture it before the breakout towards the upside. So I just want to protect the profits as best as I can because right now, price, it looks like it's just going to keep ranging up and down. I'm thinking that price may come down, maybe around this level down here, just to cool off a little bit more before continuing on. But definitely I'm gonna place my stop like somewhere at the 88 pip level just to protect the profits. If price does come down, I'll look for another opportunity to re-enter. But again, I just want to protect my profits at this point and possibly close it out when price gets to this level right here, which is, what is that, 0.71298 would be my next stop point. Seven one two nine eight. So this would be my stop area. Just again, just for the purpose of protecting the capital or the gains. And this, I'll place this for the overnight session, and I'll set an alarm just to let me know that price is falling. Right. So in the event that, you know, if I'm up for the next hour or so and price does come down, I'll place my stop right here and potentially, you know, set me up to close the trade during the overnight sessions. So until the next update, I'll pause it for now and pick it up later. Today is Monday, December 13th, and it's 8:21 in the morning. So I woke up a little while ago, so I jumped on, and I saw that I got stopped out last night right here. This was around 1 o'clock this morning. And in my prior update, I had mentioned that I was going to place a stop right here below this wick. But before going to bed last night, I was looking at the chart again, and it kind of looked like there was going to be a strong push towards the downside below this wick. So I moved my stop up to 0.7147, and I did get stop out at that price. And here's my entry at 0.70424, and my initial stop was an 18 pip move towards the downside, and that was at 0.7024. So this was an 18 pip move protection, right? And if I click on active trader, I'm totally out of this trade. I don't have a position anymore, and my overall profit was $104.60. So that's over 1,000 pips. Again, FX is something I'm still learning and studying. So this, to me, from my perspective, was a great trade. And also, this is the longest trade I've ever been in for an FX trade. So my entry was right here at this candlestick, and this was on December 6th. And I closed, well, the trade closed me out right here on December 13th. So this was about a week's worth of trading. This is the longest time for me. So if I show trades, right, you can see that here are the bubbles. My entry bubble right here is on this candlestick, and my exit bubble right here is on this candlestick. So again, this is the longest time I've ever been in an FX trade. So yeah, I mean, very interesting indeed. So let me just get that out of here. So again, going back to this, my 18 pip here compared to my take profit. So this is, all right, so if my entry exit is 7147 and my entry is 7042, right? And I divide that by 18 because this was my initial stop, was 18 pips. So my risk to reward is a little under 6. So I risked 1, or the 18 pips, and I made 5.8 up here at 7147. So this was This was a good one. I like this one. So this was almost a 6x in return since entering this trade. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll keep monitoring this chart, and right now I'm thinking this is still part of consolidation. So price may come down here a little bit more or retest this. So I'll just watch it, and then what I'll do is I'll create this like resistance area. So if I see that price is back above 7147 or my exit price, then I may jump back in and take another long position. But I really want to do that only if it's a strong breakout outside of this consolidation, because if it continues to range, then there's not much of an upside, even though it still could come back up here for like another 20 pips. That's great. Again, that's something I would have to consider. But if the trend does continue further towards the downside, then overall, then the market structure is still intact, right? So jumping to the daily time frame, then the trend continuation towards the downside would probably continue that way. So at this point, I'm still looking at this as a consolidation, right? So if it may stay inside this box and just bounce around for a few hours, a few days, I don't know. But in any case, what I'll do is I'll set alarms right here so that if price comes outside of this box towards the downside, then I may consider taking a short. But if price does leave towards the upside and outside of this box, then I may jump in for a long. So again, this is something I'll be looking at, and I'll definitely create alarms for that, but I'll do that offline. In the meantime, this recording is just getting a little too long, I think. So I'll end it here, but I was glad to have participated in this and captured it, and hopefully I can do that again in the next setup. So when that does occur, I will come back to it and hopefully wash, rinse, and repeat, right? So until then, I'll be back.